All right, everybody. Thank you for standing by. We are being joined now by Coach Swinney. As always, we'll let him start off with opening comments before opening the line to questions. So, Coach, whenever you're ready, take it away.
Well, first of all, got to give a lot of credit to Syracuse. Those kids played their tails off as they have all year. They are 3 plays away from being 6-1, 2 overtimes, and then obviously a last play game here tonight. And then you got to give Dino and his staff and those kids a ton of credit. You know, they just keep battling. So I know it's a tough loss for them. And then for our guys, we've had 4 one-possession games in a row. I don't know when the last time we've had 4 one-possession games in a row. And we're 3-1 of those games. So, you know, the positive is we're finding a way to win. But, you know, really making it hard on ourselves with so many just things that we control, just missed plays, critical penalties. We come right out in the second half, we got a huge drive going. We snap the ball 20 yards over the field, and then we overcome it and we drop the ball. I mean, just a lot of just critical mistakes. But you got to give these guys credit. They battle. Our kids battle. They believe. We're not a very clean football team right now. And defensively, disappointed in the first half with how they ran the football. Obviously had the 2 big plays that led to the first score in the run game, but we did a great job in the second half of stopping the run. And you got a nice lead there, but next thing you know, it's you get a 3rd and 12, you're off the field, huge penalty, late hit, out of bounds. That changed the complexity of the game for most of the second half because they didn't score, but they put us on the 2. And so we played on a very long field and they played on a short field there for a good while. And then the 3rd and 15, we got a corner comes out of coverage, and then 4th and they get it, and then 4th and 7, and then the big play over the top. So they really just made the one big play in the second half, and it was a critical one. But for us offensively in the second half, I mean, it was just missed opportunities and penalties and just critical errors. So, but we did enough to win the game, and that's the objective. We've got a lot of work to keep improving, but we've won 2 in a row. So that's some momentum for us. And I thought DJ played his best game tonight. I thought he played really well. He put some great balls. It was several we should have made. And we made some huge plays. I mean, that play by Ross was a huge play down on the goal line before the half. The play by Ngata, David Stout had a heck of a game. We did a lot of good things in the run game. Kobe had some nice plays. Moffitt did some good things. So, we're continuing to grow. We got a mixed bag and who's playing. Seems like every week, JoJo got his first start. He made a couple of nice plays. Mason Trotter hitting his first ever start at center. He doesn't know until right here, that he's going to be playing. And he's been out all year with a broken hand. He just got the cast off, and obviously everybody's going to remember the snap. But I think he did a pretty dang good job. That's a tough front, a tough scheme with all the movement and all the things that they do. But again, we have 14 scholarship players that are unavailable right now. So every week it just seems like we're finding a way. And Nate Wiggins goes in there. He's got to make some plays. We got Mario back this week. I thought he was excellent. He made some huge plays, some PBUs. But Booth is a pregame scratch. So it's just we got a lot of players that are out. And guys, you got to give these kids credit. They're continuing to find a way and battle. And so I'm proud of them. Special teams, obviously the fake punt was huge, but Will Spires has been excellent all year long. Coverage was good. Another big field goal by Potter 2 weeks in a row. We've won the turnover margin, and that's been the difference in the game. We've gotten points off of turnovers too. So hopefully that's a trend that we can continue to improve on. But again, 4 one-possession games in a row. That's a tough way to have to do it, but that's where we are right now. And I'm just proud of them for fighting and scratching and clawing and finding a way to get the win. I guess last time we were up here on a Friday night was in 17, and it was the other way. And that was a playoff team that got beat up here. So it's a tough team, and just, again, got the objective done. Glad we get an extra day of rest. We'll get back and regroup and got another all-in game next week against a good Pitt team.
We'll open the line to questions. Please identify your name and outlet upon asking your question.
Hi, Coach. It's Trevor Gross from CUTigers.com. Correct me if I'm wrong. Was it 2017 when you ran the fake punt with Spires that was not successful? And have you just really been waiting to unleash that at the right time this season? Obviously, he has the quarterback background.
We actually ran a fake punt on him last year and hit it. It was a keep, a little punter keep that we ran, kind of a punt option for him. And so I think that's 2 years in a row we've been successful on. But I think that was, we were up here and had one that was unsuccessful. But it was a big one tonight. It was a big play for us. And again, we knew we had a big body, and he made a great play, great throw, great catch.
Coach, I think it was Davis Allen made the catch on that play, and he had a big night, especially in the first half. Obviously, he was ejected in the first quarter last week, and that was a big loss, or last game, and that was a big loss for you. But how big was he tonight?
Davis is one of the best players we have on this team. He's an unbelievable, football player. He's a complete player. He's incredibly committed to our team. He's a great worker. He's really committed to everything he does. I mean, Davis Allen is one of the most respected guys on this team, but he's a very good player, and just a matter of time before he kind of gets it going. So he was a huge weapon for. He should have had two more big plays. We had the TFL, little RPO to him behind the line of scrimmage there, and we just don't block the guy. I mean, we just completely missed the block. I mean, that's going to go a ways. We come back and hit him later on, a huge play. We get a holding call on the same play, and then we had a little, offside kind of throwback play, and we got three guys to block one, and we don't touch the guy. So he had some more opportunity if we clean up the execution a little bit, but he's a very good player. He does it all, man. He plays special teams. I mean, he's on field goal, he's on punt, he plays his tail off, and obviously Galloway's been out now for a couple games, and Sage Ennis is stepping up for us, but Davis came through in a big way tonight.
Dabo, this is Matt Connolly with ClipsandSports.com. I know you said one of the big keys for the game was just containing Tucker and Schrader. How did you feel like, other than maybe a couple of big plays that you guys did in that area?
Yeah, where is he at? Well, he averaged 0.9. So I'd say we won that matchup. This guy, he's been running all over everybody. So, and I think that's a problem. That was obviously a real mistake there by Malcolm on 3rd and 15. I mean, he got to let him run. Let's go rally to him. He wasn't across the line of scrimmage, and he left his coverage, and he made a big play there. But we did a really good job. I mean, we were able to contain him. He really didn't do a whole lot. The running back is a great player. He really is a great player. That kid is special. And they hurt us in the first half. I mean, for sure. We were supposed to box one on the early ones, and we didn't have a box player. And then we didn't fit it right one time with our backer. And if you don't against that guy, man, they're going to find it. And that number 5 they do a great job on their little search play there in the line of scrimmage. And we worked hard, all week. And again, made some corrections and did a much better job in the second half. Outside of the, again, critical penalties, the 3rd and 15, the 4th and 7, and the big play. It's really, what kept them in the game in the second half. And those are things that we control. We got to do a much better job in that situational football, and just having, some football intelligence and awareness in those situations. Again, the critical late hit cannot happen. The 3rd and 15 coming out of coverage cannot happen. And then the big play over the top of us and understanding the situation in the game. Other than that, we did a much better job there in the second half.
Hey, Dabo, it's Phil Kornblut with Sports Talk Radio Network. Are you pretty much resigned to the fact that for this team, the rest of this year, this is the kind of game you're going to have to win, the grinded out, low-scoring game? Keep your offense from making mistakes and lean on your defense to win these type of games the rest of the way?
Well, I mean, defense is the strength of our team right now until our offense, grows up a little bit and starts playing a little cleaner. I mean, again, we did a lot of good things, but you got to find a way to win. That's all we are resigned to, as you said. Whatever we got to do to win a game, and every week is a season of its own. It really is. That's how you have to look at it. We've got a lot of inexperienced players offensively, a lot of moving parts. I mean, it's hard to get continuity and rhythm. When you have some of the critical mistakes that we're having, but we just got to keep working. We got to keep working, keep finding a way, and try to help them the best we can. But obviously, our defense is a very experienced group, and even there, though, we got a lot of guys out. I mean, you're talking. Brian Brzee, Tyler Davis, Andrew Booth, Fred is out. I mean, a lot of guys not available, not playing. But hey, at the end of the day, again, 4-1 possession games in a row, and we lost one in double overtime, and we found a way to win the other 3. So if that's who we are, that's who we are. But hopefully we can, continue to see if we can get a little better.
Hey, Coach Swinney, Chris Idell from Hermiston Radio in Baltimore. Congratulations on the win tonight. I want to ask you about that fake punt. I think you haven't done that since the ACC championship game, right? A couple of years ago. The fake punt.
Say that again?
Yeah, played 90. Yeah, played 97. The fake punt to in the late second quarter. Yeah, you haven't done that since the ACC championship game, like against North Carolina, right?
No. That was not a fake punt. Let's make sure we correct that. That was not a fake punt. That was just a punter that took off on his own. So wherever old Teasdall is, if he's hearing that, no. That was not a fake punt. That was a punter that lost his mind in a game. So long live my man Teasdall. Shout out to him. But we faked the punt on Syracuse last year. It was a keeper with Spires, but it was a big play for us tonight.
Dabo, this is Larry. Do the penalties and things that you are kind of a common sight on offense, is it more frustrating that it comes after an open date when you've really tried to hammer those things?
Yeah, it's critical. I mean, you're offside, you're holding, again, 3rd and 12, get a guy late, just some silly stuff, man, that were costly in critical times. But we were not the least penalized team tonight. That's a part of our plan to win. We overcame it, and I think that's a result of just the points off of turnovers and special teams. Made the difference for us tonight. We made the kick, they didn't. Obviously, we had a big conversion. But the penalties are frustrating. And it's just some execution, some missed plays. I mean, just flat out missed plays that frustrate you. We're making some too, but just consistency, is frustrating. But that's where we are right now. We're just gonna keep grinding, and sooner or later, hopefully we can play that perfect game.
Dabo, this is Matt again. How did you feel like the offensive line played as a whole today, and then some of those young guys that got opportunities? I guess when some guys got subbed out.
Yeah, well, I need to see the tape to really be able to answer that, but not anywhere good enough. I thought we ran the ball well. I mean, we were doing some great things in the run game. We were getting some rhythm, and then just critical mistakes and penalties, et cetera. Again, the opening drive, we got a chance to really go and do some good things, and we're moving it. And there goes the snap. So critical penalties and some sacks, where guys just got beat. So, we got a true freshman in there who's a work in progress. We're just, again, Rayburn, out with COVID, first COVID protocol situation we've had since fall camp. So, just when you feel like you've got some rhythm and some continuity, he's out. And, Putnam really didn't practice. He didn't practice at all on the open date. And he just got really going Wednesday afternoon or whatever, Tuesday afternoon, our Wednesday, Thursday type practice with his foot. He had some mistakes earlier, but we're just nowhere near what we're capable of doing. But again, we made some critical plays too, and we found a way to win. So we just got to keep grinding and make it work.
Coach, Trevor again. You said that Andrew Booth was a pregame scratch. Can you elaborate on his status and how do you feel like Sheridan Jones stepped up in his place?
He did he did all right. He had the one, critical. I think it was might have been a 3rd and 10. Got beat on the dig route, but he did okay. I thought Nate did some good things. Really good to see him. He's a really young, talented guy, and good to see him get out there. It's the most significant time, critical playing time he's had in the season. Good to get Malcolm back going. Obviously, he had a critical mistake, but I thought getting Mario back, it's huge. He's been out, and he had 4 big PBUs, almost had a huge pick. So I'm proud of him. So it was we had a lot of guys, man, a lot of guys that are playing and stepping up in some critical roles. So. But Booth was just tighten his hamstring. Just didn't think he could go. He had it taped up and all that stuff, and just didn't think he could, go like he needed to, better than those other guys that were healthy.
Hey, Dabo, this is Davis Potter from the Clemson Insider. On that fake punt, did you feel like you guys just needed to try to hold momentum at that point, or was there something in the way Syracuse lined up that played into that call?
It's something I just felt like that, something we've worked on, all year. We've done some sky punts out of that. And I just felt like that we had it set up, and it was just a matter of, making the right type of throw. And he did. And then Davis went up and finished the play.
Hey,
Any other
Dabo.
questions? Go ahead, Anna.
Was Syracuse doing anything differently pass rushing wise that I guess made it a little bit more difficult on the edges for your tackles?
No, man, we worked hard all week we knew coming in I think they're second in the country in sacks, and right there top in the country in TFLs. And, there's a lot of movement that you have to catch, a lot of twists, a lot of picks inside. And we worked hard all week. And then all of a sudden you don't have your center. You got to move a couple of guys in different spots. And, they just beat us on a few plays. And again, some critical penalties as well. But, I can, like I said, answer it a little bit better once I watch the tape. But they pretty much, did what we thought they'd do.
Hey, David with ESPN. When DJ talked earlier this week, he talked a little bit about sort of feeling like he was forcing balls or aiming balls a little too much, and he was trying to get past that. I'm an idiot watching from my couch, but it seemed like he was doing a little bit of that tonight as well. Is that what you're seeing? And how do you address a quarterback who you feel like is doing that a little bit?
I thought he played his best game. What are we, 4-2? So of our 6 games, that's the best game he's played. He put some huge plays together. Again, some missed opportunities, some very accurate throws. I can think of 2 that he missed. He kind of came up short on an RPO hitch, and then he had one little shot ball that he overthrew. But other than that, he put the ball on the money. We just didn't make enough plays for him that were there. So, I thought he played his best game. So I'm not sure how it looked from your couch, but from right here, him doing his job, he played his best game tonight.
This is Matt again. Is there anything you can point to with just some of the the drops that happened tonight, not finishing some of those catches?
You just got, it's just fundamental. You just got to finish things with your eyes. Just you finish it. Great throw on the sideline and oh my goodness. And we don't make that one. Obviously, the play action, Ross, he kind of stumbled, kind of rolled his ankle a little bit, and kind of stumbled on the play, and that kind of, I think he lost his balance on the ball there. That was a huge one. He had one other one. It was a misplay. So just finishing. And then again, we had a couple of ones that we completed, 2 to Davis that should have been big plays. And we literally just have one guy and we just, one play, receiver don't go block him. And then the other play, we got 3 linemen to block one and we don't touch it. We just got to clean up and we don't have that type of room for error. We just don't. We're not a team right now that has great room for error. We're very inexperienced offensively, and it shows. And we got to continue to grow them up. But you got to give them credit, for fighting and finding just enough to get it done. And that's the name of the game. But we got to keep getting the continuity in the offensive line. That's been a problem for us. Again, it's been who's who from a consistency standpoint. Obviously, Putnam's been out, and again, he didn't play the last game, and then he literally just got back going a couple of days this week. Didn't take any full speed, so we got to get him back rolling. And then we had some penalties that just cost you, and you can't get in rhythm with that type of stuff.
We'll take a couple more for Coach.
Dabo,
this is Chris Carlson from the Syracuse Post-Standard. Did you guys do anything different defending Sean Tucker in the second half? Because you obviously did a better job.
Oh yeah, well, we fit our gaps better. When you got a box player, you got to box it. When you don't, we knew that coming in here. If you don't do your job against this bunch, they're going to find, like the first one, we don't box it with our end, and then the other big run, the first half, we don't fit the right gap. And when you got a scheme like they have and a running back like that, they find that. And that kid can make it happen. I'm really proud of what we did with the quarterback, though. He really was not a huge factor with his legs like he's been. He's been awesome. And, obviously they had the one big play in the passing game. Well, really 2, because that 3rd and 15 was huge too. Him finding the guy. We made it easy there, but just doing our job. Just doing our job. We were physical. We were tackling better than the first half, but mainly just executing the call.
Dabo, do you know if Rayburn is going to be out next week as well?
I don't know right now.
We'll take
Dabo, obviously nobody on this offense thought going into the year that you'd be struggling to hit 20 points. Do you like the way they have persevered and sort of kept their spirit?
Yeah, absolutely. You can.
Yeah, now we've got quarterback.
Keep battling. They competed their tails off, man. They just keep battling, and we're nowhere near what we thought we'd be, but we're continuing to battle, and we've got to continue to help them as coaches and keep them encouraged and continue to just coach our tails off. Again, every week it's going to be a 1-possession game. We got to make the critical plays that are going to make the difference and cut out some of these mistakes that can cost you.
All right. Thank you, Coach. Thank you, everybody.
Appreciate it.